Okay, this is part 3 in the Blender Game Engine series of tutorials for Python programming. Let's see. In the last 2 lessons, we learned how to move an object and rotate an object. Pretty easy stuff, right? And the amount of code required was hardly anything. I mean, just nothing to do it, so it's really quite easy. And so you can just look around for these other type of keyboard events. But then there's mouse events that you can look at, and there's joystick events that are all follow similar patterns. You know, you're looking for the left click of a mouse or the right click and things, and we'll get to that as well. But in this lesson, let's just continue doing some more fun stuff first, because the fun stuff is really where it's at. So remember, from the other uh, tutorial, maybe you saw in the spare code, I had this. Where was that? Oh well, here's one. Apply movement. That's a good one. And apply force. That's a very good one too. Let's use let's use apply force. Apply force is just good fun. You'll dig this. All right. So we'll go back into the we'll just use the cylinder, the cube object, I mean, for now. And what we'll do is we'll move this cylinder back here. We're in global coordinates. We'll move this here, and let's see, we'll move this up here like this so we can hardly see it. We need another light in the scene here so I can see that side of it. Let me get that light. Here we go. We have a light. Alright, and we're going to set them both down right at the surface. Right in there. And then I'm going to, let's see, they're both set to static now. So they're not going to react otherwise unless I make them move. Which is just what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and blast that into that. That's our goal. Blast that into that. See, but in that case, what we really do want, we want them to be rigid bodies. Well, at least we want that to be a rigid body. Alright. So we'll let that be a rigid body. And then for the keyboard event, let's go over here. This is just going to be a short lesson, short and easy. And we'll make it this. So now, for the cube object, just copy that. Paste that. And then, go get back that spare code there. Just copied that code. Control C. And then we will, it's not called projectile, it's called, in here is called cube object. Because that's the name of the controller owner right there. It's cube object. Alright, and then we'll make this we'll just say the right arrow key. So press the right arrow key, we want to project it. Now this is also, here's that true axis and for local axis. So let's see, if we were to look at the local axis in here, like this, we see the local axis. If I moved it in X, Y, or Z, that's not going to move it back towards that cylinder any means. So if I look at the global axis, then Y, here's positive Y in this direction because the arrow is pointing in the positive direction. So that direction towards the cylinder is negative Y direction in the global coordinate system. Alright, so we'll have to make sure we do that. So Y, we won't make it that strong. We'll apply a force of 12,000 in global coordinates. Like that. Okay, and then that's for the right arrow key. That seems kind of illogical, the right arrow key, but we'll do it anyway. Let's see what happens. I'll just press P and I'll press the right arrow key. And what happens? Here's the down arrow key. Nothing. Oh no. Programmer error again. What did I do? Right arrow key. Logic, it seems it's on the right thing. That name looks correct. X, Y, and Z, that should be global. Y, 12,000, apply force. Oh, I know why. And why? You know why. You should know why. It's right in front of our face, right there. It has to be a rigid body as well. Okay, now let's do it. Alright, right arrow. Oh, but of course I just violated my own rules. and I just told you where the positive y direction was, so that's negative y, so we're going to make it negative 2000 because we would make it to negative 200. It's just too fast. Alright, so now we'll press it P and then the right arrow key, and there it goes and knocks it out. Did you get that? As simple as that. Alright, this is it's basically trying to shoot an object. Press P, right arrow key, sends that off with a force. And just because we want to see what a little more action is, let's make it, 1200 and see what it does. I'll just go full screen for you here. Alright, let's rotate a little bit. Okay, P and then right arrow. Whoa, that's obviously too fast. You'd have to adjust the physics settings to make that happen. Alright, let's try this at 700. Alright, right up there, not bad. Gets it kicking out there. Alright, so look at, now you have 3 commands in your arsenal, and now you can create a little arsenal of fun effects with just this little bit of code. Very powerful. Now you notice you can use the logic bricks anyway instead, and you can apply a force with logic bricks. But however, since we're in the code mode, suddenly we can apply variables and dynamically change these values, and we can use, we can calculate exact directions that we wanted to go instead of just saying X this way, Y this way. We can be very specific about which direction to move our projectiles. Alright? Well, I think that probably gives you a pretty good idea, and that can be a lot of fun just to get started with, and then you might just be off and running on your own. Alright, well that's it for this lesson, and I'll see you in the next lesson.